Today, I'm using Vicky again.
Yo, this is Dash. Get ready.
All right, so let me get this out of the way. Today's video, or this video, is gonna span over a couple days. So today is actually Friday. I'm not even gonna tell you that I started this video last night, but I got something today when I was at Sam's that's gonna take and make my life much easier and allow me to use Vicky. So some of you guys asked me about that smoker there. If you haven't already or don't know, that is Priscilla. That is a project that I just lost interest in and I haven't quite picked up on it. So I bought that, it's been a year and a half now since I've had that smoker. I bought that smoker, and when I started working on it, I was having problems with the electricity in my garage and I wasn't able to work on it. Then by the time I got the electricity situation fixed in the garage, I just kind of pushed it off to the back burner, more or less further back than Bernadette. So it's coming back, don't worry. There will be a playlist, let's put it at the end of the video or down below, of me getting Priscilla started so you can catch up on what you need to catch up on. So by the time I start back working on it, you'll know what's going on. But Vicky, okay. So I have 2 catering events to take care of this weekend and 2 arcade machines I have to deliver. I apologize, this is gonna be talking for a couple minutes. I wanna give you some preface, and this video is probably just gonna be long in general because it's gonna span over 3 days. So what is that, 72 hours compressed into like a 20-minute video? Probably not gonna happen. Anyway, tomorrow I have an event for a customer of mine. She throws a Valentine's Day party every single year, and every year she gets me to do, I want to make sure Vicky's in the shot, you know. She's the star of today's cook. Every year she does a Valentine's Day cook, and for her Valentine's Day cook, what she gets me to do is to do a whole brisket for her. So I have a whole brisket to take care of for her. I make mention that I have 2 arcade machines that I have to deliver. I have to deliver those arcade machines in Vanna to Ohio. So I'm going to Ohio over the weekend, but before I get to Ohio, I'm going to my aunt's house. My aunt that lives in Pittsburgh. You know, my favorite aunt, right? She's the one that I sent food to. So every now and again, she places an order and I ship food to her. If you guys didn't know or don't know, shipping is an option. Shipping is, it's a thing. You pay for shipping. I cook the food. You pay for food. You pay for shipping. You get food and shipping. I mean, that's how it works, right? Anyway, since I'm going out to Ohio, I'm gonna stop in Pittsburgh. Once my aunt got word that I was coming through Pittsburgh, she placed an order. That is awesome, right? Can you guys say thanks, favorite aunt, down in the comments below so I can show her this or send her by way of this video so she can see that you guys appreciate that as much as I do. I mean, it's content for you all, right? Anyway, because I'm going to Pittsburgh, I'm gonna be taking my aunt a whole brisket as well as some chicken. So that's what I'm gonna be using Vicky for. So we're gonna get Vicky fired up. I have some boneless, skinless breast and thighs that I'm going to smoke for my aunt, as well as a whole brisket for my aunt and a whole brisket for the other customer that's having a Valentine's Day party. So perfect size cook for Vicky. So I'm going to get it done. I'll be completely honest with you guys. When I went to Restaurant Depot yesterday to get the food for this cook, Thursday, I found some briskets, but they were undersized. Because they were undersized, I ended up buying 3 briskets as opposed to the 2 that I needed. And because I bought 3 briskets, well, actually I bought 4, but we'll talk about that in a later video. So because I bought 3 briskets, I didn't think I was gonna be able to use Vicky. Because I didn't think I was gonna be able to use Vicky, I was prepared to use Bernadette. Though you guys know, the last couple times I've used Bernadette, she's been burning stuff, so I wasn't really keen on that. I happened to go into Sam's today to get the chicken that I needed, and I found this. Yes, a prime brisket. Yo, and it was 15 or 20 cents. Actually, it was less than 10 cents more than the choice briskets I got from the Restaurant Depot. I couldn't believe it. So now I picked up that extra brisket. That extra brisket, me spending the money on that extra brisket will save me so much time and aggravation because I know Vicky inside and out, and I can cook with Vicky with my eyes closed. And I'm probably gonna, I'm starting to smoke her hopefully within the next about 15 to 20 minutes. I'm gonna get that going. I'm gonna get everything seasoned, and then I'll be back out here. But because I found that brisket, that's gonna save me so much time and energy because I'm not gonna have to worry about Bernadette. Talk about a weight being lifted off of my shoulders. Sometimes you just have to roll with the punches and buy another, an extra cut of meat, which means now I have 3 extra briskets in the house that I'm gonna be using for other things. Yay, right? Yay? All right, so I'm getting ready to season my brisket. I'm trimming the fat right now, and I wanted to show you guys how I trim my briskets. I come in and I actually already kind of cut out this piece of fat, or started cutting it out. I come down on the backside at an angle, okay, to take this piece of fat out. This piece of fat here will not render. It does not render. So I'm gonna cut it pretty much straight out. And there we have the majority of it. Then I'm gonna come back in here and go on the other side. Once I can see where that fat is, come in and cut it out. Again, this is a piece of fat that is not going to render. Oops. Alright, so let's get this all out of here. Now, somewhere where you guys live, you might not have to trim your briskets as aggressively, but up here, people don't like the fat. I'm just gonna come and take this piece off the bottom. You can spend all day trimming brisket. I'm just taking the big pieces off. All right, so now for the top side, I usually like to leave between an eighth, well, about an eighth of an inch of fat. Other places are, again, around the country, you can leave up to, a quarter of an inch of fat, but not up here where I live in Baltimore. So I trim my briskets, again, a little more aggressively. So I'm going to come in, get it started, and just start pulling back. Now you can see here, this spot here, this brisket was actually trimmed pretty well. I guess maybe they went in to see where the fat was or how much fat was there. But I'm gonna go in, get this trimmed up just a little bit. Like I said, I want an eighth of an inch to a quarter of an inch usually is the absolute max as far as what fat I'll leave on my briskets. Again, this is what I do for my customers up here because they don't always appreciate all of the fat. Now, one last thing, you guys have seen me render some of this fat, like cutting it off of the brisket and rendering it separately. If you guys have any good ideas or things I should do with that fat, please feel free to let me know down in the comments below. So that's now this is the prime brisket, and a lot of these little stringy bits, I'll cut them off as well. Now I'll go ahead and get this seasoned. For a lot of guys use like mustard for a binder. I just use water. I don't want anything else, any other flavors on my brisket. So I just use water. I rub it down top and bottom, and then I'll get it seasoned. So I'll see you guys out of the smoker.